Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Territorialio, and today we are going to be covering the 1.99.8.6 update. And you might be looking at this and thinking, what the heck is this? This looks really cool. So we are spawning here on the Late Cretaceous map. This is a custom map that basically I created from a picture and basically changing a lot of the new settings. And as you can see in the top right corner, I basically have 15% interest, which is not normal. So I've modified that. I've modified a lot of bots and stuff like that. And this allows you to create a lot of interesting gameplay as you see me coming down here to Serbian Empire as I've randomized a lot of these different bots. So let's jump into some of these different changes to see how you can create an awesome map like this or another scenario. All right, so we are now under the custom scenario tab. And as you can see, there are a lot of different options that I use to play this game on the Late Cretaceous map. Starting off with map, you can see that there's different options. You can have a procedural map, which basically just means one of the maps like White Arena. You can also have a realistic map, like all the ones that we're familiar with, or you can have a custom map like the Late Cretaceous. And how you do that is you just upload a file here. So for example, I just uploaded a map of the Eocene era, basically just taking a picture from Google. And as you can see, if you jump out and click on play, you now have another generation of the world. So going on to our next option, you can see down here that we have interest income. And if you click on settings, what you can find is that there's a few different options. You can have default, which is normal. You can have uniform, so you can max this out at 255, basically just how much you get from interest, or you can customize it, which basically means each one of these little tabs right here, as you can see, I have some of them up to 200. Most of them are set to 32. The first one is the first player. You can give yourself different levels of interest based on what you want or for different bots. Looking at player count, this is pretty straightforward. You can change it to however many you want. It can be 1 player, it can be 5 players, 4 players, you name it. If you look under the spawning tab and go under settings, you can see that you can have random spawns, you can have customized. And here, I have not figured this out yet, but I imagine these relate to map points. And you can also go over here and click selectable spawn, which basically means if you start a game, you'll just be spawned into wherever the game generates you. It's kind of like the 100+ player free-for-all games. If you click under starting resources, we got the same dynamic. You can change how many resources you have at the start. You can go to default, you can go to uniform and give everyone up to a max of, I think it is 2047. You can't give yourself 2 billion troops, I already tried. Or you can go under customized, which I think if you change some of these numbers, you can basically change how many troops you get. I imagine the first person right here, or the first line, relates to you as a player. The other ones relate to other people. Under game mode, you can clearly have battle royale or teams. That's pretty obvious. Under player names, you can change the names that you see here from basically kingdom names like everyone's accustomed to, simple names, which just mean bots, or you can customize it to basically name players like hi, hello, Enzo 2, right? You can do this for whatever you want, and I'm not even sure what the selectable name is. Let me know if you try that out. In terms of the colors tab, if you click here, you can have it be random, which is just normal, or you can customize it. I'm not sure what each of these numbers will coordinate with, but if you do it on customize and you don't change it, everyone will be black. So if you do some different numbers, maybe we'll test it out and we'll see what it looks like. That should give you some different types of colors. The next tab we're going to look at is bot difficulty. So you can see here under settings, I have it set to mixed. You can have it at uniform, basically have everyone be easy, normal, hard, very hard, impossible, or H-bots. In terms of my understanding what an H-bot is, I believe these are just the bots that happen when a player leaves the game. Impossible bots are much more difficult. If you play against all H-bots, you should be able to win easily based on my testing. You can also customize here. It wouldn't surprise me if there's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in terms of what bot is assigned to what. Anyways, why don't you test this out and let me know? I think that's how it would work, but we don't have a lot of explanation here. Finally, our last 2 tabs are additional income and territorial income. This basically just relates to income, and it's very much similar to some of the other tabs we've already seen. You can have it on default, uniform, basically maxing it out, I think at like 255 or more, or you can customize it and basically give specific bots, for example, like a little bit more income. Other than this, a few things you should know about is currently there are some issues with replay. So if you are trying to watch an old or a current replay, you might run into some difficulties. I expect it will be fixed soon, but we will see. Besides this, the creator has also indicated that they've introduced some older versions of the game. Maybe this helps with watching older replays, but we already do have this system set up by the Angel, which is absolutely awesome, that lets you see older replays. And finally, I think one of the coolest parts of this update is that you can now share your replays with other people. So previously, custom maps like this one, you could not share the replay, but now if we go to the bottom left, and we go to replay, you can share this with other people by copying, pasting, and they should be able to see it. There's still some bugs. This can be a really lot of text, as you can see, by just how long it takes to scroll down, but you can share these type of games. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to see more about how to make custom scenarios and such like that, just let me know in the comment section and maybe we can make that happen. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.